Testing 1 2. after being pecked by a radioactive bird, a somewhat mannered Tuthill was compelled to become Kineas, the Skydude. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space itself. So I only have 6 more to do now, and I have to get an A or above to unlock Super Heavy. And that, my friends, should conclude everything, mostly everything, in the career for aviation. Right? Once I unlock that's it. Let me show you. So you need to get certified through your career for every different aspect of aviation jobs, right? And take an exam. And once you've gotten all those, once you pass your exam, then you open up the jobs, and then there's do so many of these, and then you can open up one of these, and do so many of those, and you can open up one of those, and okay. Well, I finally made it to the Beluga. The Beluga. Hey, look, there's a Honda Jet. Oh, actually, that's the Cirrus Jet. Got Honda Jet in the mind. Hey, speaking of, I got some Honda news coming up. Honda eVTOL? Really? So here's the Beluga and other heavy aircraft, the 747-8, 787 Dreamliner. And I have a little bit of experience with both of those, but that Beluga is something entirely different. That's just... it's Cthulhu. Really? Cthulhu, my friends. Look, here's your flight deck here. My lord. I are intimidated. But, hey, I made it this far. Right? And I'm doing the same with helicopter. Not much more to go. So I'm really happy. Anyway, today's goal is to just keep grinding away. And I'm going to be fast tracking these. I'm going to show you how to fast track. Right? Because 15 cargo missions before you can unlock heavy. And then the goal here, I forgot to point that out, is once you do get this, the only thing you really are supposed to do to become a superstar is just fly this thing one time and get a superior rating, right? If we come back in here under Super Heavy, the only requirement, score cargo transport heavy missions with S, 0 out of 1. Just 1. All right. So yeah, we need to unlock this heavy airliner rating. So going back to my mediums. Oh, I see. Heavy and super heavy. Either way, we're working on this. And I've got 9 out of 15. I did one more in between posting that I was going to do the live stream and now. So also some tips on flying the Cessna Caravan. She comes in like a bat out of hell. Do you have problems controlling the damn Cessna Caravan? Coming down in it? Man, she does not want to slow down. And you go out and you read the tips on slowing the thing down, and they're just like, well, make sure you have the proper flaps and make sure you're going about 90. You know, the typical things. They don't talk about possibly using, propeller. One person has, so far, said, use your propeller, try to put it into feather mode or slower. Another person said, hey, think about that red conditioner knob. And then there's another knob for emergency speed or emergency power, Scotty. You actually might want to use for takeoff. All right, so just to, when you see the map like this and you're just trying to find what you need, probably better to come up here to filters. So we're looking for the specializations, the medium cargo jobs, cargo transport, right? And then if you come down here to aircraft models that are available, the two that are currently available here. Really? No way. Okay. I'm gonna say that's it. Just maybe it's an illusion in my mind. They look like they're selectable, but they're not. Maybe in company mode. I don't know. Be great to use the Archer Midnight. Okay. Oh, am I being dumb? I'm in the wrong thing entirely. Yeah, I am. So down here under aircraft, I did it again. Stupid. Murphy! Okay, Cessna 208B Grand Caravan or the Pilatus. I like the Caravan. I'm going to take some more time to learn the Pilatus. Everybody loves that one too. But the avionics are really, I don't know, they're all Honeywell. Alien. You know, it's a different mindset. And I'm used to all of this, so... Alright, so now we found our job. We'll spawn in, do some things. So basically, this is going to boil down to takeoff, climbing, and landing practice. And potentially an ILS landing as well. Sometimes they give me a runway that's ILS. Sometimes it works. Sometimes I botch it up somehow. Or they don't provide the frequency. Or anyway, we'll see what we get. Da, 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 da. So Honda is getting into eVTOL. And I think that's freaking fantastic. I want Honda to get into JVTOL. In the F-35, it's STVOL. Stovall. Anyway. But I guess that would be inducted fans. It's still jet, but... Oh well. A jet VTOL from Honda. A Honda jet modified in with the VTOL rotating nacelle thing. Nacelles. Talk about zoom. But no, they don't mention the jet version. But anyway, I'll show you the webpage in a minute and we'll look at the design and...
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine.
So we're flying to...
Are you fine? We're fine. We're good, right? We're good.
Everything's secure at the back.
Right.
Nothing's moving. It's going to be smooth and easy.
Okay. You can start this thing up manually or just get to it by pressing Control E. Not everything that you want to do, gonna want to do for possibly the maximum score. Now, don't quote me on this, but on other missions, they dock you for not having your landing lights on when you're getting ready to go out.
Containers have high tolerance for turbulence, but make sure you keep the delivery smooth and on time.
Okay. They might, in other missions, not even having your taxi light on properly. You want to go for the maximum score, right, and get better than an A, get the S, right? You're probably going to want your strobe, your nav, and your beacon on as well. I don't think you need your cabin lights, your fasten your seatbelts, and your no smoking. Although, you know me, it's a smoking flight. I'll turn it on and make them happy, though. Okay, other things you're going to want to watch out for is right now it sets our CDI up as on a localizer. Right? We're going to want to use our GPS to get there. I think. Yeah, to start we will for sure. Okay. You're going to want to at least set 11,000 feet. Pretty much all these cargo missions in the Caravan anyway have all been 11,000, occasionally at 12,000. But start at 11. So get that dialed in now before you take off. So there's another tip. Okay, 11,000 feet. Another tip, I recommend you just preset your deck up here, your autopilot deck. right? Put it into nav mode now that you've got GPS mode set. Okay. Put on your bank limiter, although it doesn't seem to be as aggressive as I would like it. I recommend putting on your yaw damper. I recommend you can use flight level change, but sometimes just using that and a climb up to 12, it has stalled on me. Meaning it's setting an improper altitude climb and it's going to stall you out, and if you're not paying attention, you will die. Take it from me. Okay, so I really recommend using vertical speed and setting it about at least 500, 600 to start. No, up, dummy. Okay, ideally, we're going to be shooting for 104 knots in the climb, according to Cessna, for an optimum climb. All right, if you do want to skip ahead to like the takeoff, this is pretty much your only chance to do it. Of the tip. So after you announce your taxi service, it's going to tell you to go to the short hold. Okay, so if we just follow the top thing and announce taxi, it'll give us a short hold, then we go to it, and then we have no choice. We have to do the entire taxi. Some of you might be like, and start clenching your fists because I don't want to waste all my time doing the damn taxi. I understand taxiing can be what am I trying to say here? A exercise in developing patience. Some people don't want to do it. Okay, don't feel bad. You can still pretty much get an A, I believe, or even a superior skipping some things. So in this case, we'll see what we get by skipping now to the takeoff. Is there anything else I wanted to mention? Yes. Well, when we get to takeoff. Yeah. Runway's over there. We're not on the runway. Definitely not on the runway. Huh. Well, we'll roll with it.
Oscar Lima 05 traffic. Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 57. Taking off runway 18. Ease departure. Oscar Lima 05.
Runway 18, so it should be that end. That's not the runway, that's a road. But there's just no markings. Aha. None that I could read, Captain. Pretty beat up. Okay. Taxi speeds. I really recommend just move your throttle forward and backwards quickly, and hopefully it'll just kick into a real slow roll forward. You give it too much power, it can get away from you. So all I did is just, again, shoved it forward quick, pulled it back quick, and we got enough speed to get going. Maybe it's even still a little fast. All right, before we take off, again, more tips. More tips. Now, hypothetically, this should work. Hypothetically. You want to make sure that your conditioner is full forward. over here, this red knob. Here's emergency power. And the climb, might as well have it to max, hypothetically, right? You're going to want your inertial separator open, Mr. Spock. Okay. I don't think we need that much flaps. That's just me. You do you. Okay. Let's see here. I forgot to put my taxi light on. But if we did the whole taxi part. All right. That should give us maximum power. And once we get up into cruise, if you want to do the cruise, you're going to want to put this back to idle or normal. And you're going to want to move your conditioner just down 1. Don't do it twice, so it'll cut your engine off and you'll fall out of the sky. If you do that, the emergency recover real quick on the Cessna, let's say you do, you accidentally pull this thing down too far and you move it into cutoff. Come quickly over to your deck here, switch your ignition on, and switch your starter on. Hop, hop. That should kick your engine back in. All right. So, again, we've got our deck set, separator out, set for maximum power, prepared for an emergency. All the proper switches are on, and we're off. Actually, before that, pull up your EFB over here on your side panel. Have a look. Plan ahead. You know, planning is important. Planning ahead. Plan ahead for what we're going to do. I'm going to skip this cruise. We're going to climb to our climb spot, and then we'll get an option to skip ahead. Only after you reach your proper climb altitude. And then that's when you go into cruise mode. So it'll skip cruise, and it's going to dump us somewhere probably here at Pistol. Or between Pistol, or just drop us right here at Teardrop 1. Chances are, well, somewhere in between there. Either at Pistol or here. Either way, then we need to come in and do a teardrop. So we'll head out that way. So plan this in your head, which way you're turning, you know. Coming in, you're going to be turning left. You're going to be turning left again. Turning left again. Turning left again to base. The final. You radio it in. Come in for your landing. What we're going to really work on is when we do respawn over here, is getting this thing slowed down. She is, again, a bat out of hell. She's a bat out of hell, and she does not like slowing down. And always coming in fast, so I'm going to be doing everything I can to, again, pulling the conditioner back, lowering, working with the propeller, trying to get this thing not pumping out so many RPMs, dropping this thing down to idle or norm, and then just power management. What I didn't do is check to see if this is an ILS. That's another thing. Runway 24. Did we get the info? No? Not you. Okay. If it's an ILS runway, no, it looks like we're doing VFR. Visual flight rules. Okay, now an ILS is an instrument landing. Some of these missions that they'll give you, they'll have you go to a runway that's got an ILS system. And you're going to need to make sure that you have the proper frequency, Kenneth. And I think that's what failed on me last time. I couldn't initiate the ILS. And I had an ILS runway, and then I couldn't find a frequency, yada, yada, yada. So hopefully in this or the next we'll get an ILS. All right. Does that cover everything? Let's get in the air, I'll start doing a minor cruise on this one, and we'll look at the Honda page, and then we'll skip ahead. Off we go. Hey, big shout out to the eVTOL community, the Hustle Brothers, everybody over at Archer, everybody at Joby, everybody at Horizon, everybody at Beta, everybody at Honda, everybody at eHang, everybody at Vertical Aerospace, whoa, easy. Wants to go. Everybody at Surf Air Mobility. Who am I missing? Lewis Archer, Archer Defense, eVTOL Buzz, Goat Gains, and anybody else in the entire freaking eVTOL infrastructure. Palantir, Anduril, potentially Tesla, SpaceX, maybe, you never know. NVIDIA, Thor. Gonna be interesting. Okay, shooting for. Oh, see that right there? You'll get a penalty if you over torque. You see I'm redlining. Pull back a little bit. All right. Acknowledge Scott.
Lima Sierra Alpha 57. Radar contact 2 miles south of Oscar Lima 05 900. Altimeter 299er2.
Okay, we're shooting for 104. I forgot to acknowledge a radio request.
Lima Sierra Alpha.
Well,
3 miles south of Oscar Lima 05.
That's going to count against us.
Request IF.
Hopefully, we can still get an A.
Form 8. Ready to copy.
In Lima Sierra Alpha 57 is cleared to Tree Uniform 8 Airport as filed. Squawk 5 Tree 42.
Well, 5342. I'm gonna just have the co-pilot set it.
57 cleared to Tree.
Squawk transponder is down here. Transponder code. Enter it there. Okay.
Sierra Alpha 57. Read back correct. Radar contact 2000. Altimeter 299er2 turn right heading 135. Resume own navigation.
2992. I'm gonna turn on my autopilot. Once I actually line up with the vector, yeah, I'm spinning around and you see the GPS needle. So I'm shooting for 104 speed for the best climb.
Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 57. Did you hear my last transmission?
Yeah, I sure did.
Turn right heading 135. Proceed course. Climb and maintain 11,000. Kin Lima Sierra Alpha.
Losing speed. Put the nose down a little bit. Try to get up speed.
Sierra Alpha 57 contact Seattle Center on 125.8. Good day.
They have you do a whole lot of radio stuff. Your radios are here. Here's your dials. Here's your radios. Use this button to switch frequencies. Okay. I'm heading for the GPS needle. I want to align with it better.
Alpha 57. Please acknowledge.
Yeah, okay.
125.8. Kin
Okay.
Sierra Alpha 57.
So you see the needle, magenta needle now moving
Seattle Center
towards me.
Sierra Alpha 57 is at 3,200 climbing 11,000.
Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 57, Seattle Center, altimeter 299er2, radar contact continue.
Okay. So almost on the proper radial with the GPS flight plan. Let me raise my nose up again. Now we're going too fast. All right. Just a little bit more. Again, trying to keep my speed at 104. It's a little Bit of a juggling act. All right, now I'll turn on my autopilot. Hey, up. Autopilot. If I've done everything right, which GPS isn't activated, so nav didn't kick in. Press the nav button. So it says GPS here. All right, that'll follow the vector. If it doesn't, and that can happen to you. If it doesn't, because you were in the wrong, you were in localizer. Let me go back. Let's say you were actually in localizer, right, and you press CDI and get it back to GPS, but it's not activating. Okay, your flight plan and your direct to buttons are right here. It should have the next waypoint in direct ready to go. But if you say, go to your flight plan, so it says we're supposed to be going to Rabbi, hit enter and enter. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the one that's the one we're flying to. Direct, enter, activate, question mark, enter. So it's still there. And that should make it lock back on onto the next one. In the flight plan, let's say, how far to Rabbi? 49 miles, 48 miles. You can always go to the next one if you want. Whoops. Let me go back. It's been a while since I've used this thing. So I've used the big wheel to move down in the screen to the next waypoint. I think if you hit enter, no, would that work? Let me see direct to now. Okay, that's it. So I've dialed down to it, and then I've hit direct to, which loads it into direct to. Then if you hit enter, activate, our flight plan should, now that we're bypassing the Rabbi waypoint and going straight to Jorad. All right, we're at 110 knots. Let me tip the nose up just a tiny bit more, see if we can get it back towards 104. Or, I don't want to take power out. Try to do another bit of nose trim up. Still holding 110, a little bit more. A little bit more. Oh, I see. I'm not in vertical speed anymore. It broke out of that. We're still climbing, but I don't see my vertical speed. 700 feet per minute. There we go. 108. Up. 900 feet per minute. 6. 800 feet per minute. 104. 700 feet per minute. Close enough. Either way, that's according to Cessna, that's what you want to do, is work on getting around 103, 104, right in that range, 104, to get the best climb speed. Okay, so we're at 7,000, and we're supposed to go to 11. Okay. We'll skip cruise here in a minute, but as promised, Honda. Whatever they do, I think it's going to be fantastic. Honda has provided the world with a great deal of value through a number of mobility products. Now we are working to create eVTOL, electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, which fly on a new layer of the sky that is much closer to the ground than the existing layer used by airplanes. Moreover, we're striving to establish a large mobility ecosystem centered around Honda eVTOL, which will enable more seamless mobility by connecting various three-dimensional layers of mobility. We do all this to serve more customers with the joy of expanding their lifestyle choices. Buzzwords like 3D mobility. Okay. It's flying. And if you've watched my shows before, and I've been on the subject of eVTOL, you know I've been telling you for a long time that the FAA was going to have to create a new layer. There's highways in the sky. There's maps of highways in the sky. And when you fly by the rules and you create flight plans and, you become a real pilot, you have to file flight plans. You've got to do everything by the rule. You've got to fly on the roads. You've got to get on the right roads. You've got to get on the right streets. You've got to get into the right highways. And you need to get into the right... what would the term be? Your driveway. Think about it like your driveway. The airport is your house. The driveway is taxiing to the runway. From there you have streets. Streets, you might have larger thoroughfares. Either way, you're going to get onto a highway. And you need to be able to follow those rules and create flight plans, know how to read maps. It's not difficult. You grew up in a video game age, right? This is not going to be difficult. For the people of an earlier generation transitioning to this stuff, yeah, it can be really different. But then again, you go back and try to become an expert at using steam gauges, old school radio navigation, everything old school. And I think you will be like, oh my God, this is incredibly dangerous and difficult. Why would anybody do this? Those people have balls of steel. Everybody before us has had the biggest balls of steel and have been so confident in their abilities as to do it. Try it. Try flying old school only and realize just how incredibly spoiled we are with just this level of technology I'm having the background here. But now we're moving up to an entirely new level of Star Trek aviation with eVTOL. Striving for greater freedom of mobility, we're developing eVTOL to realize a three-dimensional mobility that connects the ground and the sky and makes significant changes to the concept of mobility. Creating three-dimensional mobility service that combines the ground and sky layers of mobility. Okay. Honda offers a variety of mobility products to its customers, including ground-based such as cars and motorcycles. Mobility in the skies that we realized first with the Honda Jet. Woohoo! I want a Honda Jet eVTOL. Moreover, instead of a two-dimensional mobility service, we can offer a three-dimensional mobility service that combines the ground layer and the air layer of mobility, which will enable people to significantly reduce travel time and enjoy pleasant mobility experiences. For sure! Anybody can fly. You're a video game generation. You understand the concept of moving a joystick left, right, up, down, and twisting it. If you can do that, sirs and or madams, basically you've got the whole eVTOL thing flying down. You've got it. 15 minutes. You might have two joysticks, but you grew up with Battlezone. You know how to use 2 joysticks. They might want you to use rudder pedals. That's not too difficult. I think they can keep simplifying it down to 1 joystick experience with the Sidewinder twist.
Sierra Alpha 57 contact Seattle Center on 126.6. Good day.
And I think when they do that, which shouldn't be a problem, anybody can fly. 30 minutes and you're going to be flying. Learn all the instrument stuff, the computerized stuff for flight plans, and you got it made. And then they've already got AI coming into the picture, like Thor.
Sierra Alpha 57. Did you hear my last transmission?
Oh, yes, I did.
Going to 126.6. Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 57.
Honda will pursue this vision while working in collaboration.
Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 57. 10,900.
Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 57, Seattle Center, altimeter 2992. Radar contact continue.
All right, altimeter doesn't change. It is 2992. Man, what's up with my mouse? One moment. 2992. Okay, we've reached our altitude. You can put this thing back into normal or idle, right? We don't need the emergency power anymore. We're in cruise mode. So you're going to want to put your conditioner into low. Again, don't cut it off. Don't click this twice. Just to right there. You want to try to think. They're going to probably, once I skip ahead, put some of these controls back the way that they want. But again, it's good to think about and get ready to do it again. I want to put the prop, for me anyway, lower RPM, and I'd probably pull back on the power a little bit for cruise. That's me. You're gonna want you to put your separator back in. Okay, we don't need our landing light, taxi lights at all. Leave everything else on. All right, and we're in cruise. Okay. Honda will pursue this vision while working in collaboration with a number of companies and related organizations that share Honda's vision for the future mobility ecosystem. Their propellers do not rotate in this conceptual drawing or this illustration. What we're seeing, however, is momentum. Your forward momentum is driven by back propellers, like an airship, like a blimp. So those are for the up and down, and that's for forward and reverse thrust. The landing gear, being Honda, it's going to at least tuck that front nose wheel. It's most likely going to tuck the back as well. I like the glass canopy, lots of viewing room. And they do have viewing room on the sides and down below. Although I really think that these aircraft should absolutely have undercarriage landing cameras. I mean, you can have reverse cameras. This thing should have cameras in every angle, especially your landing camera. eVTOL for versatile use. Yeah, it's going to be used for a lot of things. Again, we see it here. No different from the illustration. That guy's head is in the way of the back fans, but you see the top of one over here. See that the wheels will tuck. Going farther more safely. Hybrid technology is refined with mass production models and racing activities. We infuse what Honda has built up over time into our eVTOL. Woohoo! So it's going to have some oomph to it with some fuel. That's beautiful, beautiful from the side. Good job, Honda. I wonder whose AI. I mean, they've been developing Asimov AIs. They've been developing AI for a while. So it'll be interesting to see who they're going to go with their own. One of the key features of Honda eVTOL not found in any other eVTOL is the gas turbine hybrid power unit, which greatly extends the range. All electric eVTOL, which fly solely on energy stored in the battery, have a range of about 100 kilometers or less when you're heavy like me, approximately 62 miles, and are intended for intra-city transportation, an alternative for taxi use. On the other hand, Honda eVTOL equipped with the hybrid power unit has a range of 400 kilometers, approximately 250 miles, which covers an inter-city, city-to-city transportation. Honda eVTOL will demonstrate a high level of user-friendliness at the core of the mobility ecosystem Honda is envisioning for the future, and I don't doubt it one bit. There's the view from the top, very nice. You know their stuff is going to be slick as can be, man. A wide variety of Honda's core technologies have made the development of eVTOL possible. They have obtained U.S. Federal Aviation Administration certification for both the airframe and the aircraft engine. Conducting Honda's jet business, our know-how and FAA certification process will enable us to increase the efficiency of eVTOL development and speed up the delivery of Honda eVTOL to our customers. Ooh, boy. F1 technologies, both tangible and intangible, have also been incorporated in the development of Honda eVTOL, including F1 power unit technology applied for the ultra-high RPM generator, as well as the simulation analysis technology and facilities for aerodynamic development. Racing chassis technologies are also applied to Honda eVTOL, as there are many similarities in aerodynamic phenomena. Because the speed range and airflow turbulence eVTOL needs to manage are closer to those of F1 machines than of passenger planes. Moreover, Honda also has time-proven hybrid technologies, as well as safety technologies such as Honda's sensing technologies. Participation of Honda engineers with experience in various areas, including Honda, F1, hybrid vehicles, and safety and driver assistive technologies, is enabling the project team to pursue the development of eVTOL unique only to Honda. Honda, I want that jet, babies. At least in the simulator. Please. Give us the Honda Jet VTOL. eVTOL has not been put into practical use, blah, blah, blah. We're confident Honda utilizes core technology in Honda, feature code, blah, blah, blah. Will make society a better place. Maybe this will lead to us being a better society by having eVTOL. I don't think so. I think there's going to be good people, there's going to be schmucks. And I think unless they're entirely using the AI, some schmucks are going to cause some problems out there. The way it happens. It's just the way it goes, I don't know. Maybe it will be absolutely so simple and so safe when the average person gets a hold of these, or for flying around in and using, which shouldn't be too long, the sport models. I think it's so dang safe if you actually take the time to just play with it for a while. I like the idea of high performance ones, because the Archer and the Joby are really rather, quite, again, slow and safe, being the name of the game. You're not going to be drone racing pretty much around buildings around New York City in the Joby and the Archer, these versions. That is not to say that later versions won't become ultra high performance flying vehicles. to where you can turn the thing on a dime and do high speeds around objects. Okay. That's Honda in the news. I knew Honda was going to jump in. Well, I didn't. I had a feeling. I can't say I knew. I had a feeling. I have a feeling. What's Cessna gonna do? I have a feeling Cessna will do something. We'll make an offering. Cessna has had the #1 best trainer aircrafts in the world for generations. They've dominated the training space. They're owned by Textron now, though. But we'll see. You know, I would love to see the Cessna Skydragon. I would love to see it come down to Cessna General Aviation aircraft with Thor. Scott, we're entering such beautifully wonderful times. Okay, we're all configured. Please like and subscribe. We're going to use the Alt-N, as you see in the upper right-hand corner. We're going to go ahead and skip ahead. Let's, again, look at our approach. See your bigger view, you can open up your EFB up here. Okay. So, again, they're going to drop us off back here at Pistol, or somewhere in between here and there, or they're going to dump us right at Teardrop 1. Go into your teardrop, and then do your turns to final. Here we go. All right. So again,
Lima Sierra Alpha 57. You can cancel IFR.
Okay.
Continue VFR to your destination.
And pause there for a second. Yeah, we're gonna want to cancel the IFR. Just do what they want. Okay. Usually, we'll still lead you to the airport just fine. Okay, like I said, some of the controls, they're gonna set you up the way they want, and they already want us to have some flaps, which is cool. I still recommend possibly. Let me unpause. Pulling back on the converter. This here, just one time only, please. To reduce the power to the propeller. I think that went to cut off. That's where I want it. So, it sounds like my engines are dying. And I'm falling out of the sky. So it did exactly what I have advised you to be careful of doing. It's cutting out the engine. So just to be safe, come over to your deck here, flip on your ignition, flip on the starter. You're going to want to pull your separator back out. Fall to pick up some speed. You pitch the nose down. Okay, we picked up some speed again. Hey, they did dump us off of the teardrop, so we're on this leg of it. Okay, sounds like we've got full power again. That sounds better there. Okay, I don't want that much RPM in the propeller, so I'm going to pull that back. Okay, and pitch the nose down again. Don't want to lose too much speed. And now it's power management for the rest of it. So just keep one finger on your throttle. You might want to use a little nose up or down trim. So ultimately, you want to. We want to keep slowing down and not. I don't want to be doing over 90.
You are 400 below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 4,700 altimeter to 9er 2.
And I think that's because I did not hit the cancel IFR. He's telling me to climb back up.
And maintain 4700. Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 57.
Okay, so I'm going to try to cancel the IFR now.
Salt Lake Center. Kin Lima Sierra.
Sometimes they'll tell you to go back up to 11,000, 12,000 feet. You're like, what?
Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 57. IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated.
Okay.
Walk 12.
I want to put my landing lights back on.
Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Good day to you too. Again, separator open. And I want to stay comfortably under 90. And I'm picking up some speed. Contact for arrival.
Tree Uniform 8 traffic. Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 57. 1 miles west, 4,300. Inbound to land. Runway 24. Tree Uniform 8.
So usually I only add flaps when I'm on my final turns. So like here we're getting ready to do our first turn into the pattern proper. And here I would make sure that I have usually 10% worth of flaps. We already have it. On your second turn, which is kind of like base, usually 20%, and then full flaps if needed on final. That will slow you down, so again, keep an eye on your speed at all times and your attitude. Thinking ahead, as we come down and hit the runway again, power management all the way down to the floor. You're going to want to be thinking about engaging your brakes and initializing reverse thrust. If you're coming in too fast, you might want to consider pulling back possibly more on the propeller and even putting it into feather. So this is feathering. I don't know that I want to do this until final, but grabbing this blue handle here and pulling it all the way down to there. It's feathering. It's basically what you're doing is you're turning the blades. So when you have the blue knob all the way full forward, it turns the blades so that they bite into the air and they grab as much as air possible. In feather here, I've got my throttle full forward and I'm losing speed. I'm not gaining any air. So let me put it back to minimum. Okay, you see, we're starting to you can hear the engine revving back up. Now we're starting to bite more air. So yeah, probably not a good idea to put it into feather before you're on final. Slow down again. Okay, we're getting ready to turn to final, so I'm going to go ahead and put in full flaps, and they're going to want us to radio that we're on final in this last turn. Okay, full flaps. Some nose trim down. Not fighting it so much. Okay, they want you to radio. All right. Slow down a little bit more.
8 traffic.
Let me go ahead and
Lima Sierra Alpha 57.
I don't know if I want to put it in now.
4 to land. Tree Uniform 8.
All right, let's put it into
500.
into feather. Uh-oh. That shut down. I don't know what I toggled wrong on my keyboard, but I've toggled off my avionics for a moment. Oh boy. What did I do? And then there's a tower right there of the beacon. What? Fine place to put the beacon. Fine place, I tell you. Look down at the end of the runway. Don't look at the ground in front of you for the most part. Pull back all your power. Nose up. A little bit of a bounce there. Engage the brake. Put in the reverse thrust. And engage it. A little bit wobbly. Take, uh-oh. A little too much reverse thrust. I tipped backwards. What are you doing? Nice. So, again, somehow or another, I toggled something off. I hit a button wrong or did something wrong. And my avionics completely shut off there for a minute. But it's not telling me. Is that just a break? I'm getting a warning, but I'm not getting a readout or display of what the warning is. I've done something wrong. It's not a propeller thing. That's not it. I'm going to turn on my taxi light. Well, I don't know. It is eluding me as to what it could be. Huh. And we got a... Something went entirely wrong there too. It said that we didn't get permission to land on the runway. But we did. We called it in. My goodness. Well, we'll do another one of these. Try it again. Respect the 30-knot speed limit when rolling through the airport. We're not. We're taxiing. They got me for speeding. Separator still open. Still don't know what it is. Another speedy. Ah, we're gonna be really lucky if I can get an A now. So having the propeller full there didn't help. It just oversped us. She's a powerful beast. All right, the mission shutdown bug. It says that we're in the parking stand. But then it says stop at the parking stand. Then you stop at the parking stand, and it's still not ending the mission or telling you to shut down. Just take off the brake and ease forward a little bit more by stopping again.
Home sweet home.
Okay, that's that bug. So just roll forward a little bit more. Put your brakes on again. Now Control Shift E. There's a warning, but I'm not getting any readout as to what. Low voltage. I think the fuel was cut off. No. Now cut off. Close, close. There's another bug too. Sometimes it doesn't shut down right. So try going through and turning everything off that you may have been monkeying with. See if that doesn't work. And if that doesn't work, which it's working, just start it up again. Control E. Wait for it to restart. Do another shutdown. That should take care of it. What are we going to get? Oh, like I said, I don't think we're going to get an A on this one. Oh, we did it. It's because you're here. You're good luck. Yeah, we still took a hit to our reputation. Yeah. All right, take it from the top. So we should only have 5 more to do. Okay, again, filters, specializations. Cargo transport medium, aircraft model, Cessna. There's one there that'll take us over the mountains. We're going to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Looks like we're out in Utah. U-68. All right, let's look at the EFB and look at the runway we're going to. This is VFR as well. Let's see if they have a ILS. They do not. It would show up here. It would show up here. Yeah, they only have runway 18 and runway 36. So VFR pattern, They're going to drop us probably right here at teardrop 1. So this is showing 2 teardrops, but one looks more like GPS. One's magenta and one is orange. And at the moment, I can't tell you the difference between them. What's the difference? I don't know. This could be VFR. This could still be a GPS version. I don't know. Back out here. Teardrop 2, teardrop 3, 4, base, final, runway 18. That's interesting. This doesn't even have it. This doesn't even have the teardrop. That's weird. The whole approach seems to be missing. We got pattern 1, climb. Was that our takeoff? I'm looking at the wrong. I'm looking at the wrong end of the flight. Yes, of course I am. There it is. Time is it? 3:04. Okay, one more. We'll try to make this faster. Well, again, I'm not doing the news coverage, so we'll just get to it. I think I do want a little bit more fuel. Ba-da-da-bum-bum-bum. Just realized that overlay's been on the whole time. Sorry if that bothers you. Sorry about that. You can skip this if you want. When you own a company and you own your own planes, I really don't recommend doing that. I recommend checking everything, or so they say. Check everything, man. Your struts, your wheels, your gas, your oil, everything. Save yourself from disaster.
Good afternoon, Captain.
Whoa.
First time we work together. Great. I'm Taylor, your co-pilot.
Hello, Taylor, co-pilot. Control E, but remember to also switch on landing lights, taxi lights, other lights, and thingies. For taxiing, we're in the right position, probably even lower.
Have a good tolerance with turbulences to preserve the cargo, but it's crucial you keep a smooth yet quick
Separator.
If you also ensure timely arrival, you make
Set to 11.
standards of service excellent, and everyone satisfied.
Make sure that we're in GPS. Turn on nav. GPS. Bank limiter. Yaw damper. Vertical speed. I'll set 500 to start. Announce.
Uniform 6-8 traffic, Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 56 is taxiing to runway 27, Uniform 6-8.
Just get rolling, just quickly toggle your throttle forward and backwards real quick. Not even a full throttle, just a little bit. And that's usually just enough juice to get us rolling right to where you need to be. Since we're right here at the runway, I don't need to skip anything, but if it's got a long taxi, you can skip. Go right to takeoff. Announce.
Uniform 6-8 traffic, Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 56, taking off runway 27, departure to the south, Uniform 6-8.
Just enough oomph to get going. Don't be in a hurry or you get speeding tickets like I got. Okay. Stopping. Propeller full forward. Maximum conditioner. Emergency power. I don't think you need that. That is completely optional. Separators out. Double check. Everything's on. Oh man, I'm sorry if you've been hearing an echo the whole time. I'm just learning to try to master separating channels, sounds on their own channels. Because I have sometimes in certain shows different audio sources coming in from Bush Talk or the media player or the game itself or whatever, video. And so I don't want to pump everything through the desktop audio and OBS, and I'm learning to split channels. The downside is that sometimes more than one channel is open at the same time and picking up on two sources. Hopefully the rumble wasn't enough to drive anybody mad. I'll have to listen to the replay. All right, let's go. Engine full speed, brake off. Oh no. I just realized. Whoa. I just realized, and I'm speeding. I don't know. They haven't docked me yet. I'm supposed to go down there and turn around and take off the other direction. I just now saw the U-turn sign. No. But at least I'm on the runway, and again, they're not ticketing me for speeding. Totally. No. Got a strong pull to the left, torque. You have to be not too heavy on the rudder, but if she starts twisting and moving too hard, get on it.
V1, rotate.
Not too aggressively, though. You can. Let me put a little nose up so I can let go of the controls for a minute.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Trying to nose trim up. Let me go ahead and just engage the autopilot right now. See what it does. See if it took everything. We're in GPS. We're in GPS. Oh, no. It's doing something squirrely.
Don't sink.
Never trust an autopilot. Be prepared to turn it off quick. I don't know why she was putting us to the ground. We've got our vertical speed set. Make sure there's no flaps in. There are none. We're not over speeding. Okay, we weren't at the proper throttle setting. It's about better. Still climbing too much. We need to get to 104 knots.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
No shot.
Lima Sierra Alpha 56. Radar contact 3 miles west of Uniform 68, 4600. Altimeter 29902.
Mr. Radio acknowledgement. Messing with that.
Salt Lake Center. Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 56. 3 miles west of Uniform 68, 4800. Request IFR to 0 Echo 8. Ready to copy.
Let's see what happens when I try to engage autopilot now.
56 is cleared to 0 Echo 8 airport as filed.
It's better.
Walk 2 tree 4 tree.
Good. She's turning and now vertical speed at 500 at 107 knots. So let me put a bit more down. No, a little bit more up. Now we're climbing.
Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 56. Please acknowledge.
Acknowledge.
Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 56 cleared to 0 Echo 8 airport is filed. Squawk 2 tree 4 tree.
Sierra Alpha 56. Read back correct. Radar contact 5300. Altimeter 29902, turn left heading 125. Resume own navigation, climb, and maintain 11,000.
Okay. There's 104 knots.
Lima Sierra Alpha 56, did you copy?
Lord, they bother you during the most stressful time.
25. Resume own navigation.
You know, that's why you need a co-pilot.
Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 56.
A little bit more down. Try to keep 104. Or in the neighborhood, right? Okay. Don't need taxi light on. Landing lights. Separator back in. Leaving the rest the same. First waypoint is KU87S. 29.4 miles. Watching to see that we turn, and that the autopilot is working properly and going to turn us once the needle centers, or centers with it. Very good. Very good. Now we're a little speeding up a little too much. Bring the nose up a bit again. Nose up. Nose up. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum. Just trying to input the smallest amount of throttle. I don't want to overspeed. 106. Kind of holding around 106. That's good enough for me. Was 105. Just a touch more throttle, just a hair. Just a touch more throttle. Redlining. Just to pull back a tiny bit. Pretty much holding 104. Close enough, right? And we're at 10,000 feet. So good. Good. And let's look at our landing. We'll come in, left turn, follow it out, make a big right hand turn. Come in, base, final. (10.6). There's 11. We'll start picking up speed. And it's at this stage we set up for cruise, but we're skipping that. So pull all this power back out there. Lower this one time. Don't kill me. Good. Propeller to, about halfway. Cruise. Okay. So again, now if you want to keep going into cruise, just try to get yourself into a nice, comfortable speed, trimmed out. If your autopilot's on, it should take care of all that. And here we go. Okay, again, they will change things on you.
Sierra Alpha 56, you can cancel IFR. Continue VFR to your destination.
Okay, pull some power out. I'm going to put this to idle. Flaps are already in. Landing lights on. All the other lights are on. Good. Separator. He's off on the power, just a little. Try to keep it in the white bar area. That's flaps minimum, or at least safe flaps range in this, anywhere within the white bar. Anything over that, you could damage them.
Lima Sierra Alpha 56, you are
I forgot to cancel IFR.
Climb and maintain 11,000 altimeter to 992.
Tell him you'll do it, but then
Climb and maintain 11,000. Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 56.
But don't do it. And then cancel IFR.
Albuquerque Center, Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 56. Cancel IFR at this time.
Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 56. IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Good day.
Zero Echo 8 traffic. Kin Lima Sierra Alpha 56. For miles east, 8500, inbound to land. Runway 18. Zero Echo 8.
I'm being a little bit ham-fisted with the thing. Need to be lighter on the controls. Producing more power. Now we enter the pattern. Reduce power just a little bit. Full flaps. Whenever you add flaps, it's always going to throw your nose up, so careful. You put in too much nose trim, you'll have to take it out right away. So I'm just over here trying to manage my throttle and my speed and my pitch. Don't want to pull up too hard or push down too hard. Do my best to slow the thing down. Okay, more throttle back, pretty much in almost idle. There's idle. Nose up, flare up. A little bit of a bounce. Okay, reverse thrust. Whoops. Brakes. I think we forgot to call it in. Did I forget? Darn it. Dum-da-dum. They don't say go to short, they just say exit the runway. I'm not getting anything out of the propeller. Really? Oh, that was the brake.
Home sweet home.
Okay, but again, it's telling us, it's not telling us to shut down. So start moving forward a little bit again. Stop again.
Home sweet home.
There you go. Control Shift E. That's the way we do it. Not the best. Oh. Good. All right. Because of that, we got an S. These other ones weren't looking that great. So definitely we can try to be more smooth in turns and trying to just take it again, take it slower, smoother. Following the procedures, we did miss a radio call. Respect the condition of the aircraft. Again, over speeding, over torquing. How many more? I don't even want to look. It's always the same. Like, should have like 5 or 4 more. 4 more. Ugh. Sorry, 334. Let me just end it there. I'll do the rest. I'll try to do the rest tonight. At least we got 2 in. Am I giving up too easy? Did I do in 1 more? Nah. I'll go find something else to do. Well, hopefully you got something out of this. I hope you enjoy the tips. I hope they help. Yeah, she comes in like a bat out of hell. You know, and keeping the Cessna under control for landing, very difficult. So that's what's helping me. And as you see, able to come in much slower, under 90 knots. I'm like a bat out of hell. Got the news, the Honda Jet news today. So cool. That's going to definitely, it's going to bring some heat. Because when Toyota and Honda and the auto manufacturers just are going to get into aircraft, it's on. If Cessna jumps in, it's on. It's already on. I mean, everybody wants to jump in. We have our favorites. I'm a fan of them all. You know, I don't want to be in anybody's particular camp other than I'm investing. Speaking of investing, you would like to be investing in eVTOL and join a very active and informative and educational eVTOL community, or VTOL in general. Look for the Hustle Brothers on YouTube and on Twitter, X. And I will be posting more of their content. And I don't currently have a link. I did a show like a couple of days ago where they were featured. All their information is there if you can't find them by doing a search. It's a red logo, Hustle Brothers. Okay. Well, thank you for tuning in today. This has been episode 346